Okay, it's been about a month since I installed my Ancel BS 200. You can see it. I got it tucked down there in the wheel well or in the fender. It's a great little place to put it, actually. I got it zip tied to a bracket. Anyway, I thought I'd give a little bit of an update. I've been watching this thing. Uh, as y'all know, I had a little bit of a saga on the battery. The factory battery in this car went out after, well, right at 2.5 years. Factory battery was a Panasonic enhanced flooded battery, Group 35. And yeah, it just sucked. Uh, so I upgraded to an Optima yellow top AGM, same size, and it was fine. I took it in last month or the month before, I can't remember which, because I had some weak starts, but I was pretty sure it was just because of the extreme cold weather. And I went into O'Reilly where I bought it, and I said, I just want to put the battery tester on it, make sure it's still pulling good and everything. Well, they never even pulled out the battery tester. They just started doing a warranty replacement, and I wasn't going to stop them if I was going to get a brand new battery after 2 years. So anyway, I'm pretty sure that that battery was okay, but I wouldn't, like I said, wasn't going to let them stop doing what they were doing. Anyhow, I bought this thing. It's a fairly new product, just came out maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and what it is a super capacitor that attaches to your battery, and it reduces the load on your battery during start cycles. And of course, with a lot of modern cars, including this one, we've got the auto start stop functionality. So I'll show you the way this works. If we go in here, and I've already got the app pulled up over there. So a couple things about this app. One of the things I've noticed is that its battery state of charge meter is not accurate at all. And I wondered about that even setting it up because it doesn't ask you what size battery it is or any of that. It would have to have some data to properly analyze the state of charge. Otherwise, it's going to strictly go by voltage. And so we've got in this line here, this is the supercell or the supercapacitor, the BS200, and then here's our car battery. So when we go to start, see the BS200 is discharging. Now the battery is in charging, and here we get some results. So the supercharger provided 385 amps, which was 63% of the amperage start. Now I'm basing this on what I could deduce. I don't know if that's right or not. They don't really tell you how this app works, but anyway. So we can see our capacitor over there. Oh, it's not. There we go. Focus. It's at 88%. It'll charge as it needs to. Temperature 33 degrees C. I meant to put that in Fahrenheit. Oh well. And then we can also go in here and we can look at the history. So like I said, I've had this installed for a month. So I've got quite a bit of history here. And we can see 63%, 64%. So basically, what it's doing, that 63% of, I don't have a calculator, but so that's pulling, 600 amps or so to start the car, five something. You can see different ratings here depending on if it's cold or not. Basically, that's that much amperage that the car's battery does not have to put out. Now, what that means is we're reducing the load on our vehicle's battery by more than half. That's a big thing because what kills batteries is starting, and that's why in an auto start stop system, it's not the starter you have to worry about. Starters are designed. Toyota had for a while a hard limit of, I believe it was 384,000 starts. And I don't know why they had that coded in there, but the starter would simply not function after that number and it would have to be replaced. The math says that's about 50 years. So the starters are built to be robust. You're not going to wear out the starter. People worry, oh, what about the oil? You don't have oil pressure anymore. Well, all right, so here's some things that go on. The engine won't stop at a light or what have you unless all the conditions are perfect. That means the ambient temperature versus the interior temperature. It doesn't want to let you sit there and bake or freeze. The crank and cams all have to be in a particular position, etc. The engine temperature has to be at a particular range along with the oil temperature. If we're worried, somehow people think that as soon as you turn off the car, every last bit of oil drips back into the sump. And if that were true, you'd risk damage to your engine every morning when you came out because all the oil would be dripped down. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. There is always going to be some oil film that is on those moving parts. Doesn't go away unless the car just sits for years and years and years, and usually even then there's a little bit of film left. So no, you're not damaging the engine. What you're damaging is the battery. And like I said, this car originally came with a EFB, an enhanced flooded battery. The exact same battery as my mother's 2019 Ascent. The exact same battery as my previous 2017 Impreza. Both those cars had the same Group 35 enhanced flooded battery, but both those cars did not have start-stop technology. I never replaced the battery in the Impreza up to 150,000 miles, and I had that car for 4 years, a little over 4.5 years. Mom's had her car since 2019, still has not had to replace the battery. So there's some things going on there. My wife's Volkswagen does have start-stop technology. It has an H6 battery. Uh, I have not had to replace that. We've had that car 6 months longer than mine. So we've had her car, uh, what is that? Five and a, or no. So we've had my car almost 5 years. We've had her car 5.5 years, a little bit over. Haven't had to worry about her battery. Uh, this one is only 650 cold cranking amps. 620, I'm sorry. 770 cranking amps. That doesn't really matter to us up here. We need to worry about cold cranking amps more than the other number. Now, in some of the Foresters, I think 19 to 21, but mine is after that cutoff, there's a TSB where they were replacing the Group 35 AGM battery with a Group 20, or the Group 35 enhanced flooded battery with a Group 24F AGM battery. Mine does not fall under that TSB because mine has the new battery sensor on there. So I've not ever had any issue with parasitic draining my battery. The computer is pretty good about shutting that off. I've never had an issue where the start stop has left me stranded. Never had problems with that. Before that, they were having problems. And so they replaced those batteries. Now, when I got my new battery, I could have gone ahead with a 24F, but I would have either had to modify or replace the battery tray, neither of which were things that I particularly wanted to do. So I just went ahead with the Group 35. Now, because I have this Ancel BS 200 on there, I'm not pulling the 600 amps from my battery to start the car. I'm pulling less than half that. So therefore, I think this is going to make my battery last a very long time. Now, if the battery goes, say, 6 years, I'll be really happy. So we'll just have to wait and see. At my rate of driving, let's see, I'm at 5.5 years. No, I'm sorry, I'm not at 5.5 years yet. In June, I will have had this car 5 years, uh, and I've already got 100,000 miles on it. So another 5 years will be 200,000 miles if my mileage usage stays the same. With gas prices and everything, I've been working a lot more from home, so it's kind of down right now at the moment. But uh, yeah, if I can get 5, 6 years out of this battery, that'll be great. That'll be on target to what you should get. Becca's battery did throw an error this winter when it was really cold. It's not an error, it's a code in the computer that the charging system was low. I knew it was the battery. It hasn't thrown it since, and I did a desulfation on her battery a couple weeks ago when I was working on her car, and basically that's built into my battery tender, my battery charger, where it goes through and it kind of, I don't know what the proper word for that is. I guess rehabilitates the battery. So I'm hoping that gets another couple years out of it. Hers is also enhanced flood. Uh, when it does come time to replace that battery, I'll put an AGM in it. Probably won't be a yellow top. It'll probably be an Everstart because, believe it or not, Walmart batteries are actually really good. The high-end batteries, AGM batteries. So it's $189 versus $330, I think, for that battery. So it's a big price difference. We'll see how it does when it does come time to change that. Mom's car, I'm going to be working on it here in a few weeks, just doing maintenance on it. So I'll run some tests on the battery. But like I said, she doesn't have the start-stop. That's what the start-stop kills. It's your battery, nothing else. And Subaru has realized that, hey, we need to put better batteries in here if we're going to have start-stop. Now, I don't know what the new Foresters are coming with. I do believe they're AGMs. I think they've since switched to AGMs across the line on Subaru, and I believe they're the bigger batteries. I think they've gone away from the Group 35s, except maybe in the 2-liter engines. This is a 2.5. Mom's Ascent is a 2.4-liter turbo. Uh, but, that all being said, the BS200 I think is going to be worth it just on the less wear and tear on my battery. I wish that their app, and it's such a new product, maybe they're working on this. I did send in some customer feedback, but their app should have the ability to plug in what kind of battery and what the specs of your battery are so that the state of charge meter is accurate. Because, I mean, even if you put a digital battery tester, even an old school battery tester, you still have to tell it what's the cold cranking amp rating and some other stuff in there before it will give you an accurate test. So, that's something that they need to maybe work on. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. It works beautifully, and it has a rated life cycle of 100,000 starts. I did the math, and on my car, that's about 20 years. So, yeah, I think it's going to hold up quite well. Now, they only rate that one to up to 3-liter engines. So basically 4 cylinders and a few small V6s. They did say they are coming out or working on a product for larger engines and possibly even diesels. Man, I got to tell you guys, if the if the price now I got mine for 149 and then I had a coupon, I think it was 129. Uh, it's up a little more now. I think it's 159 on their website, and it's introductory, so that price is probably only going to go up. But you might be able to find coupons and stuff here and there. I think even at $200, it's worth it. If it extends the life of your battery and it won't leave you stranded, it does have an emergency function there, where even if the battery is stone dead, I can force start it and it's going to start my engine for me without needing to hook up a jumper pack. And installation, the hardest part was just figuring out where I wanted to hold it. Yeah, it took 5 minutes, so it's a piece of cake. Anyway, Ancel BS 200, it's one of those add-on products I think is worth it, so go check it out.